What is one real trick that companies don't want you to know? I used to work at a PC repair shop and had to call HP warranty support in India almost every day. Talking with someone using a script plus language barrier equals aggravating and time consuming. I learned that if you select the option for Spanish you get transferred to a call center in Texas. From there you can just speak English. Until one day you're sent to Mexico, then you're followed. Holy guacamole, thanks for the oro. Airlines sometimes have cheaper flights to distant destinations that change planes in your intended destination city. So if you are flying to Chicago, you might book a flight to LA, knowing it stops in Chicago, and simply get off and not board the second leg. There is a website called skiplag.com that is being sued by United for informing people how to take advantage of it. If you're going to do this, for the love of God, don't check any bags. Yes, that's part of it. You also don't book it round trip. If the only reason you are buying something is because it is on sale, you still aren't saving money. Me. Mom. Why did you buy that machete? Mom. Because it was on sale. Me. You know what is cheaper than a machete that is on sale? Not buying the machete. If you want to cancel a hotel reservation, but you're within the penalty period, call up Go Online and move the reservation forward by a couple of weeks, a month, whatever. Just enough to get you out of the cancellation penalty period. Then call up Go Online the next day and cancel the reservation. Nicer, smarter, hotels will charge you and forward the balance to a future date, making it necessary to book another stay. LPT. Continue moving forward reservation for years on end until you take a vacation there. Bed Bath & Beyond coupons never expire. If you make a good faith effort to pay medical bills, they can't be sent to collections. Offer to pay $20 a month till it's paid, and the hospital or doc will often be willing to settle for half payment and closing the bill. Just get it in writing. There are lots of companies that if you order from them online and stop at the last step and leave, within a couple of days you'll get an email offering you a substantial discount on what you were about to buy at full price. I help set up site and cart abandon emails. It's usually more like 30-60 minutes after leaving rather than a few days, depending on what triggers you set off browsing the site. Buy cheap HDMI cables. They are just as good as the expensive ones. Well, to a point. There is a difference between a 50-cent cable and a $5 cable. There is no difference between a $5 cable and a $500 cable. Just because a store is branded as a certain company doesn't mean it's owned and operated by that company. For example, if you don't like Shell gas and decide to go to the Exxon down the street, Shell may still own and operate that store but fly Exxon's flag. They just pay Exxon a small fee to keep their branding up. My stepbrother used to work for a company that owned gas stations. He had a hell of a time when the BP oil spill happened. The store owners at BP stations were losing business when they really had very little to do with the actual BP company. Some didn't even get any gas derived from BP oil. You can get free cups of water anywhere that sells food. At Disney this saved so much money. This is true in the US, but not always true, or a good idea, elsewhere in the world. You know the Mr. Clean Magic erasers that are so awesome? They are just melamine foam, which you can buy unbranded in bundle packs of 30-100 on eBay and Amazon for less than $0.25 each. If you're calling a support line, curse angrily at the robo-receptionist. The software on the other end will sense that you are having trouble with the phone tree and connect you with an actual person. True. I called somewhere and could not get to an agent. No amount of pressing 0 or yelling agent. Representative. Worked. The second I said duck you to the robot, please hold while we connect you to the first available representative. Planned obsolescence. Wiki. Companies design products in such a way that they become obsolete within a certain time frame. A really nasty example is ink toners that are programmed to show up empty while they still contain ink. So the printer refuses to print since the ship of the toner says it's empty. and you are forced to buy a new one. Full stop. The biggest planned obsolescence products are the ones that require frequent software updates. Eventually your hardware will get left behind and you end up moving into the next upgrade. Smartphones, baby. You don't actually have to give any of your real information online like ever. But everybody just naively volunteers it anyway. When signing up for stuff where you don't need to verify your ID, specifically magazines, use a different name from your own to find out which companies are selling your information. I'm not sure who they are. Aquarius McFlippus and I is. But I am not him. Use the company's name when you sign up. They'll give themselves away. The name brand products you buy at Walmart are of inferior quality to the same product at regular stores. Learned this in a business course. Specifically in reference to name brand shampoo and toothpaste, but applicable to many products. Walmart demands lower prices, so manufacturers lower quality. Baby wipes and makeup remover have the same effect as far as removing makeup. Don't spend $6 on a pack of 20 makeup remover wipes. Spend $6 on a pack of 100 baby wipes instead. In Canada, if you don't want to put up with UPS's bullshit, add a box to your address. As follows. 123 N Street App 6 should be replaced with 123 N Street Box 6. This will cause the system to select Canada Post for shipping. You know how it's almost impossible to get scammers to stop calling? Well, almost. I'm 100% convinced there are black market phone lists floating around. Because I'm almost positive I got myself removed from at least one of them. Because practically overnight I stopped getting scam calls from a wide variety of different scams. And with one simple trick. Hold on a sec. I have to turn on the recording for the FCC. Obviously this only works in the US. But you could substitute your local regulatory agency and it would probably work just as well. The dude hung up so fast it wasn't even funny. And I never got any more calls from that scam, and I stopped getting calls from different scams pretty quickly after I created this trick. Write companies letters. They usually give you free swag. Or at least discounts. I wrote Sega once a long time ago. They sent me the coolest Sonic and Knuckles t-shirt ever. The game had just came out for Genesis. I love that shirt. Edit. Snail mail works best. Handwritten or printed doesn't matter. Also don't be an asshole. At Macy's. I had a roommate who worked there. And he said, if you tell them you found an item on the clearance rack, it is store policy to give it to you at whatever the discount is. Shave with a safety razor. You'll get a better shave. And you can very good blades for about 50 cents each. I've probably only spent about $20 on shaving in the last year. And of course, there's a subreddit for everything. Our Wicked Edge. Several airlines have a policy where you can cancel your flight ticket with a full refund within 24 hours of booking it. Most airlines' cancellation policies do not state this fact explicitly on the websites. For example, I've done a complete scan Lufthansa's and United's cancellation policies on their website but couldn't find this anywhere. Their customer care confirmed it on phone. This is particularly useful when you have to show make confirmed flight reservations to be submitted along with your visa applications. Schengen, US, UK, etc. need this. I've used this method several times for my visa applications to UK and Schengen successfully. If you stay at a hospital, ask for an itemized bill, especially if staying at a state or locally funded one. Reason for this: hospitals like to sneak in hidden charges for services you didn't receive, like pelvic exams when you went in for a broken arm. This can save you hundreds of dollars on your bill. You do not need to pay for cable to watch TV. In most areas in the United States you can still use an antenna. Here is the website. Granted, it may be limited, but after the cost of the antenna it's free and without Wi-Fi. If you are a female and want a nice belt for a better price, go to the men's section. They have better quality belts for a cheaper price. Gatorade doesn't hydrate you as well as water. It's got electrolytes. It's what plants crave. Your cable and cell phone costs are negotiable, without giving anything up in exchange for lower rates. This is especially true after you become a customer for a few months. They'll give you a song and dance on why they're the best. But stay firm. If they don't lower your rate, you'll go with a competitor. I don't know where you live, but the cable company here has no competition. I used to work at a call center that handled people canceling services. We were paid based on how many people we saved from canceling compared with the total number of potential saves. However, certain times customers didn't count as potential saves. These people we just needed to get off the phone ASAP. If you want to cancel a service you want to not be a potential save. To do this I suggest stating that you are moving to another country. Canceling cable? Say you're moving to the United Arab Emirates. It'll take 2 minutes. I used to work for a gas station on the side. When our tanks were filled, the truck would go down the street resupplying all of the stations. People itch about gas being bad from one brand, but it all came from the same refinery. Generic store brands of medication contain the same active ingredient as the name brand. The only difference is binders and fees. There's no reason to not try the generic brand first. There are tons of free services that give you the ability to create a throwable email. Disposable email so you can sign. Confirm the email without having to use your own email. Edit. One that I'm using regularly is Disposable.com. From the old team that was managing Maninova. I had a locksmith tell me that I could not program my own RFID chip key using 2 original keys and my Jeep's computer, and that I either had to have him do it or pay even more at a dealership to have them do it. And buy a chip key from him for $30. I knew better. I bought an $8 chip key off eBay. Programmed it myself using instructions online. The seller also sent me programming instructions and had it physically copied at that same locksmith for $2. Also, there were instructions in the Jeep's owner's manual. Note, the way the computer programs the key is that you basically insert the first original key, turn the ignition on, then the second original key, and then the new key that then gets programmed. I also had an on-chipped key that I had made earlier. Just open the Jeep's doors and tape that key to the chipped blank key to fool the Jeep's computer into thinking that the chipped key was being inserted. Locksmith would have charged me upwards of $80 when I did it myself for about $12. Locksmiths hate me.